Palestinian Health Ministry has reported 6 deaths and 11 injuries in Gaza within the past 24 hours due to ongoing Israeli attacks. According to the ministry, the total number of casualties since October 7th of 2023 has now reached 48,297 killed and 111,733 injured. The humanitarian crisis in Gaza continues to worsen, with hospitals struggling to accommodate the growing number of wounded as airstrikes and ground operations persist. The World Health Organization, the WHO, has announced that it will resume a mass polio vaccination campaign in Gaza on Saturday, targeting over 500,000 children. WHO warned that the deteriorating conditions in Gaza, including overcrowded shelters and damaged water and sanitation infrastructure, create an ideal environment for the spread of the polio virus. The vaccination effort, previously halted due to the ongoing conflict, aims to prevent a potential outbreak amid the worsening humanitarian situation. The United Arab Emirates has reiterated its rejection of any attempts to displace Palestinians. UAE President Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan made the remarks during a meeting with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, stressing that Gaza's reconstruction should lead to a comprehensive peace based on a two-state solution. He also warned against further regional escalation. Israeli occupation forces have intensified their military operations in Tulkarm and its refugee camps, deploying reinforcements and conducting raids in multiple neighborhoods. According to the Palestinian news agency, Wafa, Israeli troops stormed several homes and detained multiple Palestinians, including displaced individuals from the Nur Shams refugee camp. Palestinian presidential spokesperson Nabila Bourdina has warned that Israel's ongoing military operations in the West Bank, particularly in Jenin and Tulkarm, pose a severe threat to Palestinian territories. He further called on the U.S. administration to intervene and stop Israeli attacks, rejecting any plans for displacement or an alternative homeland. China has urged for a peaceful resolution to the crisis in Gaza, emphasizing the need for dialogue and negotiation in accordance with the UN Charter. During a Security Council briefing, China's permanent representative to the United Nations, Fu Kong, has reiterated his country's position on resolving global conflicts through diplomatic means, stressing that the ongoing war in Gaza requires urgent de-escalation and a negotiated settlement. He further called for all parties to engage in dialogue to prevent further humanitarian deterioration and ensure long-term stability in the region. China has further emphasized that Gaza and the West Bank are the homeland of the Palestinian people and should not be used as a bargaining chip in political negotiations. Speaking at the United Nations Security Council, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi reaffirmed Beijing's support for a two-state solution. His remarks come amid international criticism of U.S. President Donald Trump's recent proposal for the United States to take over Gaza and relocate its residents. Wang underscored China's stance on upholding Palestinian sovereignty and urged the global community to support lasting peace in the region. Israeli security officials have reported that the military is bracing for various developments in Gaza, having approved both defensive and offensive strategies. While the future of the ceasefire remains uncertain, officials express concern over what they describe as a gradual breakdown of the truce. The United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, has said that Israeli forces raided 4 of its schools in East Jerusalem, ordering their closure. UNRWA reported that police forcibly entered a training center on Tuesday, firing tear gas and sound grenades to evacuate the premises. The raid occurred at the Qalandiya Training Center, where 350 students and 30 staff were present. Authorities also ordered the shutdown of 3 other UN-run schools, though 2 continued operations. UN spokesperson Stefan Dujarric condemned the raids as a clear violation of Israel's obligations under international law.
The Secretary General strongly condemns the breach of inviolability